What's up guys, Kenneth here with the LEGO Republic, bringing you another LEGO Harry Potter review. Today we will be reviewing the 75953 Hogwarts Whomping Willow with 753 pieces. This set retails for $70 in the US. I was able to pick it up for $60 after tax on Amazon.com, which explains why my box is so dilapidated and destroyed. So right now, let's head into the minifigure section. We do get quite a lot of extra pieces in this set. There are 8 wands in this set. 5 of them are used because Filch is a squib, so he doesn't use them. But you do get an extra black, dark brown, and lighter brown wands. That's pretty cool. You also get a bunch of unique pieces in here, along with some gems and a little thing that you can make into a tiny candle, potentially. So that's just a little cool thing about the set. There are 2 instruction manuals, one with a regular wind thing on the back, and the other with the Great Hall as well, showing you that you can put those 2 together. So that is pretty nice to see on the instructions. Very recently, actually, I have been trying to keep my boxes, but of course Amazon gives me a box that is so destroyed, like, it's not even funny, like how destroyed it is, and we'll get into why it is not funny in a minute. I mean, just look at that destruction right there. I mean, pure destruction. But anyway, we are going to get into why, because honestly, I don't really care about the box that much, but it did break a piece. So we'll get into that in a second, so stay tuned. Our first minifigure here is Ron Weasley. He's looking pretty spiffy in his clothes there. Sorry, I'll focus the camera. There we go. He has a nice face, and the hairpiece is typical to Ron Weasley. He is accurate to what he was wearing in the Chamber of Secrets, which this is based off of. He does have the short legs and a lightish brown wand. If we turn him around to the back, there's not too much printing on the back, but he does have that alternate face, which is very scared when he is in the Whomping Willow. So that is a very nice figure right there for Ron Weasley. Harry here is still in his clothes like Ron from the train station, because they did not go on the train and were unfortunately unable to change into their clothes. So they're just sitting in their regular clothes, their summer quote-unquote muggle clothes. But I do like the print for him. He looks pretty good. He does have his dark brown wand and then the nice regular hairpiece and face. Going around the back, we see the checkered pattern again on the back of the torso. And if we do take a look at the back of his face, he does have a scared face, just like Ron Weasley. Decided I'm not going to put the box in the background because it's hard to focus. So anyway, the Hermione looks amazing here. The torso is nothing special at all. It's the same torso that Seamus Finnegan has. We're going to get to him in a second. And it's just a regular Gryffindor torso. She has these short black legs, just like just like Ron and Seamus. But her hairpiece is where this figure really shines. This hairpiece is just amazing. And I'm sure it's the same hairpiece that we've seen on Hermione's before. But it is nice to get that hairpiece. I believe this is the first of this hairpiece that I have. But very nice back face for her as well. It really captures the look of Hermione in the movies. Next up, Seamus Finnegan, who I originally thought was Neville Longbottom because of his very weird appearance, is looking really good, but I'm not getting the Seamus Finnegan vibes. The Seamus Finnegan actor who played Seamus Finnegan, he looks nothing like this. And his hair should not be that spiky. I love the hairpiece actually, but his hair should not be that spiky, except potentially when he got blown up by trying to turn the water into rum. But then his face should be all blotchy, and there's no soot or anything on his face to show that. Also, there is no face that looks sad or angry. I mean, I guess that looks sad, but not like something exploded in his face, if you know what I'm saying. His Gryffindor torso is the same one as Hermione's, nothing special, but I'm just really not seeing the character here for Seamus Finnegan. This is supposed to be the adaptation from the movie, but this to me doesn't look like Seamus Finnegan at all. It looks more like Neville Longbottom, which is very sad to me. Next up, the administration himself, Severus Snape. and he is the same Severus Snape that we get in the Quidditch match set, but he still does look very good with his angry face. They did capture how he looks in the movie, especially looking at him from this angle. He does have the printed hips so that his robes do go all the way down, which is nice. He does have a black wand, which is the second rarest wand in this new Harry Potter line, because the rarest is the white, which is just for Voldemort. But you do get an extra black wand in the set because of that, so that's nice. If we go to the back here, shed some light, just a few little folds in his robes. He does have a Snape hairpiece and then an angry face in the back, which is nice to see. If we put the hair on the back, he does kind of look like Snape, so that is the Snape figure. And we have one more figure to go. Argus Filch, who's looking really good. I do believe this is the best Argus Filch to date. He does come with this little lantern, which is just a cylinder piece put inside the new lantern mold. But that's nothing special, although I do believe this was the first set to come with it, so he does have the lantern. Filch is a squib, if you do not know, so he does not come with a wand. A squib means that he can't do magic, but he is of wizard descent, so he knows all about the wizard stuff. He is the janitor at the Hogwarts, so it was nice to get him in this set. That torso looks very similar to Professor Lupin, but it is not the same. He does have some lines on the green vest, so it does make it different. And then that leg, the leg print is pretty nice. You see the belt on the hips, which are very cool to see. Also continuation of the robes, and if we turn him around, we will see just a little bit of printing on the back. He has quite an amazing hairpiece. You see that alternate face right there, but this hairpiece is just amazing. Like the wispy hair, I just love this hairpiece so much, and it doesn't look too weird either. Like if you put it on him and you look from a higher up angle, like it doesn't look too bad. And this Filch is just so good looking. I'm really happy and glad to get a Filch minifigure. I cannot wait to use him in my Harry Potter collection. There are 3 builds in the set, but the first one that we'll look at is the car, and it is looking very up to par here. You can definitely see sort of a little face going on in the front with the headlights and that sort of a bumper thing looking mouth, I guess. Lego used a technique here that I'm pretty sure is illegal for this car, where they took pieces and basically inverted them to put them facing down, which I thought was very interesting. It's right here on the bumper. If you have the set, you know what I'm talking about, and I could just be overreacting, and it is not a fancy mistake that Lego did there, but I could be wrong. So we'll take a look at the side now, where you see a white stripe going across. Thank you, Lego, for printing the doors white, but I just have one small qualm, and it's the fact that the print is not the same white color as the white of the bricks. And so, honestly, Lego, why did you print it? If you're not gonna print it right, then don't print it. That's what I'm trying to say here. That just looks off-white, and I understand what they were trying to do, but honestly, print the thing right, or else it just looks bad. And it does look bad. So, taking a look at the back here, it does look pretty nice. That is the same sticker on the front and back for the license plate. If you open the trunk like you can right there, there are 2 trunks that come out of it, or suitcases, regardless of whether you are in England or the US. You call them different things, I do believe, but they kind of slide in there. The trunk is pretty good. It can only hold those 2 things, no more, no less, and it barely fits them, but it does fit them, so that is nice to see. Also, you have this thing in the back, which if you pull up, it can open up the car, and there is a steering wheel in there, and room for about 2 to 3 figures. If you do get the wand arrangement correctly, we can fit Harry and Ron in there. They do have to go back to back, so there is no fancy thing going on here, but grow. I would think. There they are back to back in the car, so that is pretty nice to see that they can both fit in there, and then the car goes like a normal car, so that's nice. The second build here is the Whomping Willow, and it's looking pretty good here. You have 4 of these branches, as you can see, and they are all exactly the same, excuse me. So it's a little repetitive with this build. This was probably my least favorite part of the entire set, was building this, just because it was so repetitive, but it wasn't that repetitive, but it gets, you know, a little annoying when everything else is not. So you can fit the car in here, and these are pretty good. As you just saw, the Whomping Willow is just terrible. On each of the branches, it has one of these stuck into it for leaves, and they fall off all the time. I'm not even gonna try and put it back on because I know it's just gonna fall off again. But the Whomping Willow is pretty articulate. You can move basically anything here along with, see, there goes another one. Honestly, look, I mean, just look at this. Why do I even keep it? But there's a knob here on the side that if you move it, it moves the entire tree, which is nice. Also, each branch has its own complete range of movement. So if we take a look at this branch right here, it can move all around like this on a ball joint. Also, then this stuff can move like so, and then each individual branch can move. So it can pretty much do anything and everything, and it can go all the way down to the bottom as well. So we'll just stick the car up in there. It is trapped and it cannot get out. But one more cool thing about the Whomping Willow is it does actually have the secret passage to get to the shrinking shack. So you can fit a figure. We'll take Seamus Finnegan here and shove him in there. And then it does have a hole in the bottom of the set so that if you do put someone in there, they can just go right out. So you could totally mod this and put like a secret passage underneath it if you wanted to, and I really like that they included the secret passage. They could have not, but they did, and that was nice that they did. I appreciate it. Finally, the third section of build, is the actual castle itself, or a strip of castle wall, which does look pretty nice, and it's quite big, quite bigger than I was expecting for this, so quite interesting. The first thing is that it is in 4 sections. You have this section, the tower section, the open section, and another one of the first section, which is exactly the same on the outside, but inside it is a little different, so that's nice to see. But they're both like potions classrooms and Snape's office. But the first thing I wanted to talk about was this is able to connect up to other castles, not just the Great Hall and the other Harry Potter castles, but, you know, Lego castles as well. So you are able to, you know, if you wanted to do like a cross world thing, you totally could do that, because it does fit up quite nicely with that. If we turn it around, we will see the back here, and not only can you, you know, put the Great Hall on either side, but you could also flip this around. Say you wanted this side over here, you totally could put that side over there if you did want, but we're going to look at it like it is on the box. You're gonna see quite a lot of interior detail, partially because there's a massive sticker sheet with 16 stickers, just completely crazy. All of them are big. The smallest ones are the ones for the stickers on the front of the car, but that is to be expected, so nothing too bad there, but the rest of them are pretty big, and some people like big stickers and some people don't, so it's kind of up to you on what you want. It's a little hard to get light into this structure here, but we will try our best here with the Lego Republic. We'll start over here on the left and work our way over to the right. So if we look in here, this is Snape's office. You can remove the table to get a better view. You can see a little candle in there, as well as a few shelves. His chair, which you can seat the Potions Master himself, and it is off the ground a little bit so that he can stare over the table, which is nice. The table looks like this. You have a boy who lived You have a boy who lived. Daily Prophet, which is the wrong Daily Prophet. It should be that the car was seen, but Lego's lazy. That's okay. You have the Wingardium Leviosa tile, which is so popular. Then you have this cool looking lamp with a weird piece in the middle that I've only seen on airplanes before on the wheels. So that's cool. Also, you can rotate it. So if you wanted it here, you could do so. But also, if you wanted to turn it, you could totally turn it around like that. It does work. Over here in this little bin, you have an axe and a hammer. So that's kind of odd that, Snape has those just sitting in his office. The next section here is the car section, I like to call it, because this is directly from the movie, and I remember it vividly. I'm sure most people don't, but there's this part in the movie, when the car gets there and they're flying through the castle. Well, there's like a courtyard, and they fall in the courtyard, and then there's like a little opening, and they go through it, and they just barely make it, right? They almost die. So that's what this is, and I see what Lego did here, and I'm kind of glad they did it. So basically, they're making the castle look a lot bigger without actually putting pieces in the middle, so that it looks quite large, right? But in reality, it doesn't take up that many pieces, so you're able to get a larger structure, and I really do like that. Also, it's accurate, so that's always nice. But the car does fit through there, not like the Wampa and the Assault on Hoth. But it is a nice little thing to have. Also, you have a nice 1x3 section all the way down here that you can fit a figure on. So you could fit multiple figures up here in any configuration, so that is nice to see. Moving down, we have the tower, and it is kind of on an angle. So first things first, it's quite a large tower, not as big as the Great Hall, but you do have this little spot up here for Hedwig to perch, and then you do have the 2 stories starting at the bottom. I'm going to zoom in a little bit to see if we can see what's there. But you do have that little broom there, which is nice to see. I don't know why it's there, but it is there. You've got some more potion stuff, so this whole thing seems to be about potions. And then you've got a sticker in the back, which is pretty cool. Over here on the side, you do have like a nail slot, but it just has a frog in it. I'm not sure why it has a frog, but that's okay. If we move up to the second story, we will see a few changes. In the back, there's a Gryffindor sticker, which is looking pretty nice. This is supposed to be the Gryffindor dormitory where Harry and Ron sleep. So if we take Harry here, we can totally fit him into the bed. But it's kind of hard to fit a figure in there. So Lego actually does have something to do for the fact that it's hard to get that in there. The beds actually can come out, and then you can put the figure on the bed and then put it back in. It's genius. I love it so much. There was no reason for Lego to do it, but they did it. Is that you can pull out the bed, put the minifigure on it, and put it back in, so that you can actually get to the people, especially if you're like me and have fat fingers. You will be able to put them in and out, which is really nice playability. Now, thanks to Amazon, I have a broken piece right here. Do you see that little white part? That is because the support piece was snapped when it came out of the bag. I'm pretty sure that's Amazon fault and not Lego, because Amazon's box was so dilapidated and destroyed when it came that, honestly, it was just terrible what it looked like. And then I was completely fine with it, except that it gave me a broken piece, and that made me angry. So I'm not being too harsh here. I just don't like my pieces to be broken. And then finally, the last section here is this little potions classroom. You've got 2 cauldrons sitting there, one with a gold piece but colored translucent green, which is pretty nice, just sitting in the cauldron. I don't know what that's supposed to be. And you also have a little candle and another cauldron. This table can pop out. Then you do have, I forgot, the stirring rod is in the cauldron, and it did pop out, and it pops out quite easily, but it was in there as well. And then you have some bookshelves in the back. and a few stickers on either side. So that's nice to see. Before we go, let's talk about value. So the set retailed for $70 and it has 753 pieces. So price per piece, not even doing the math, just using common sense, that is less than 10 cents per piece, slightly less than 10 cents per piece, which is really cool to see. So already, the retail price, you're getting a deal. Now, I got this for $10 off, so that means after tax, so $10 off, which means I'm getting an even better deal for this set at $60. It was a steal in my opinion. Also, this set has a lot of large pieces because of the tower pieces. Some of the Whomping Willow pieces are big. Some of the base plates used, quite a lot of large base plates and pieces for the top here, as well as some of the pieces in here. They're quite large, so you're getting a lot of big pieces in a piece count that's already great price per piece. And if you're able to pick this up for anything less than its retail price, which was already a great deal, you're even getting an even better deal. So this set, if you find it for less than retail price, I would buy it immediately. But even if it was at retail price, I would still buy it because it looks quite amazing for what is here. It's a lot bigger than you would have expected, and it's just a great set overall. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash a like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. I do appreciate it. I hope this video gets a lot of views because this is quite an awesome set, and I feel like I have some pretty good things to say about it. So thank you all for watching. I hope you did enjoy. This is Kenneth from the LEGO Republic. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.